Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Planted in Platinum. Today we're going to be downsizing my plant collection as well as taking some cuttings to sell. Two reasons. Number one, I need to downsize my plants due to mental health reasons. Since starting YouTube and just having this busy season upon us with kids and like the end of school and all of that, I'm just overwhelmed. Like I have way too much going on. I need to downsize. I need to take some cuttings. And number two, I'm saving up to go to a concert with my friend at the end of June. So I really would like to pay for that with plant money if possible. So I'm excited to take you along with me as I chop up some plants and downsize my collection. All right, so I'm going to start downstairs in my plant room. I figured this table would be a good starting grounds. I have lots of plants on this table. So we're just going to go through each of them and I'm going to see which ones I want to give up and which ones I want to keep. So first up is my variegated micans. I am definitely keeping this. Do I want to take a cutting of it? No, this is one that I want to just keep in my collection and eventually pot up and get on a pole or a trellis. Put this one back. This here is an Alocasia leuciwan, and I think this one I will let go. This one hates me. This is like the 6th time I've regrown it from corm. And yeah, it's really well rooted, as you can see in there. So I think this one is a good candidate for the purge. Next up is my Alocasia reversa. You can see this leaf's kind of sad. This is another one I kind of struggle with. I'm not too sure exactly what it is with this plant, but I do want to keep this one. This is one that I got from my friend. So yes, and I love it. I think that's such a cool pattern. Do you guys have an Alocasia reversa? If so, what's the tips and tricks, please? I just have her in pon. I can see roots. She is doing well in there, root-wise anyways. So yeah, I don't know. And do I have any corms I could sell? I'm just going to kind of dig around in the top and take a look quick. I don't think so. I don't want to dig too much. No. Okay. I am going to put this one back and we're going to keep it. Next up is my silver dragon. And look at that little speckle of sport variegation. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, I love this plant so much. This is another one I have a hard time growing. I think it's the jewel alocasias. I probably overwater them. I've been watering them less though than I normally do. So this one I am going to keep. Is she well rooted? Oh yeah, I can see roots in there. It's probably gonna be hard for you to see though. Yeah, right there. But I don't know if there's any corms in here. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just going to keep this one right where she was and put her back on my shelf. Next up, I have this Epipinatum Sunburst. And I have 2 of these, I think. Yeah, I do. I have this one too. So I have this one and I have this one here. So I think I'd want to keep the one with the most variegation on it, which is this one, and sell this one here because I don't need 2 of them either. So I think I'm going to do that. It's really well rooted in there. Got some good roots going. So I think someone would love this plant. This here is my Solanum julianum, which I love. I think this plant is so, so cool. I actually just seen my friend Jen from Green and Sheen unbox a huge one from a trade, and it is gorgeous. I'll link her channel so you can go check her out. She is amazing, and I love her. Look how pretty the backs of the leaves are. This one was for my friend Alexis, so I do want to keep this one. I'm not going to let this one go quite yet. Well, not at all. This is my Alocasia tanderusa, and I love her so freaking much, and I'm definitely not letting her go. She's staying. This here is my philodendron Vivianum, and girl is making a comeback with that huge leaf. And she has fuzzy petioles too. She's really pretty, but you know what? I have enough fuzzy petioled plants. I think I can let this one go. So I'm gonna put this one in the pile to go, and she is very well rooted in there. Can you see the roots? There we go. There's some down there. So yeah, we're gonna keep this one in the cell pile. And a cute little side note, look at the pot she's in. I got this at the thrift store. It's so pretty. I love it. Oh my goodness. This Monstera siltepecana has attached itself to my wall. Oh dear. Don't tell my landlord. It was just one little aerial root. So this is a huge Monstera siltepecana, and girl is actually sold already. I'm just waiting for the lady to come pick her up. So I'm gonna put this one to the side and message her and see if she'd like to come get her plants. That's crazy. Check that out. So long. Whoop. Grows like a weed, this plant. And I have another siltepecana here as well, right here. And this one's just in a jar, and it's pretty well rooted as well. You can see through there. So this one I'm going to put up for sale because I don't think the Monstera siltepecana is one that I want in my collection. I mean, if the El Salvador came my way, I might pick that one up, but I think I'm over this plant. It's pretty, but I have lots of other Monsteras, and I really need to downsize. So I'm in the downsize mood, so I got to do it while I'm in the mood. This here is my philodendron pink princess, and she is a queen. I love her, and I'm not going to downsize her. I'm going to keep her, but I wanted to show you. That's such a pretty leaf, and she's got a little flecks of pink on every leaf. It's kind of hard to see, but she does. And her newest leaf, like, look how pretty. Yes, we're keeping her. She's a queen. Over here, I have a philodendron Atabapoense, and this one, I don't even know if it's going to grow anymore because I don't know if there's a growth point on there. Like, it's hard to see. But I've had her potted in here for a while, and I haven't seen a growth point, so I think I'm going to put this one as a freebie, and if someone wants to try, they are more than welcome to. And this here is my Epi Tricolor, which I just potted up in my last video or a couple of videos ago. So this one's staying with me. I want to keep her. This is my Alocasia cuprea. I am going to keep her as well. I do want her to eventually grow. So girl's only got one leaf, but she's got a growth point started, and she's got some wicked roots in there, you can see. So she's going to stay with us. This is fun because it's freeing up pots. Check that out, 3 pots. Bam, sweet. This is my Labesia Electric Pink, and girl is so, so pretty. Look at that leaf. You can see the pink on the outer edge of the leaf. Oh, I love her. So I'm definitely keeping her. This is a recent acquisition from Cafeteria and Greens. I love them. Okay. So that was pretty good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants off of that table, and one that's ready to be picked up. So that was a pretty good little downsize, I would say. And over here, I have a couple plants as well. Can I show you a little area down here? As soon as I picked this plant up, it tipped over because it doesn't have any support because I have been neglecting it. This plant is in some algae-ridden moss, as you can see. And it's actually a really pretty Syngonium albo. So I think I'm going to chop this one up into pieces and sell cuttings. I think that is what I'm going to do. But the newest leaf on this one is so, so pretty. Where is it? This one here. Look at that. That's gorgeous. This one here, super pretty. And it's got another one on the way right there. But it does have some really nice leaves on it. Look at that cutie. So I think someone will really enjoy this, but I think I'm going to let go of this one for now. And back here, I have my variegated Monstera Peru, which I do want to keep. But girl, better start growing for me. Like this plant will grow and then it will melt the leaf off and then it will grow. And I have her in an aroid mix with Leca reservoir. So I think I'm going to switch up her substrate and put her on a pole and see if that helps. I know Fern just put her Monstera aureas in Pon and they seem to be doing a lot better. So maybe I'll try Pon. I'm not too sure yet, but I think that's what I'm going to try. So I'm going to keep her and put her back. Okay, so next we're going to do my cabinet. We are going to do the plants on the top first. So this is my dolphin plant, and this was a gift from my husband's aunt. So I've already chopped this one quite low. I don't think I'm going to take any cuttings of it. I'm just going to leave that one and let it grow. If you can hear my dog, she's playing with my teenager in his room, so ignore that. This is a philodendron micans I just potted up into this glass vessel. I was gonna let it trail down my shelf, but I already have one upstairs, so I don't know. Maybe I should just let this one go too. It's rooting in there pretty good. You can see there's a root there. Is that the only root? There's a couple roots up there. Yeah, maybe I should let this one go. I have made the decision. I am going to let this micans go. And then I have this Ripsalis hybrid duo. So two different Ripsalis hybrids that I have just been chopping and propping for plant markets. I think I'm going to let this one go. I don't really have a desire to grow it. So it's got this like thicker Ripsalis in it, this thick one, and then also this like thinner one. I just bought them both separately as Ripsalis hybrids from a nursery, so I'm not too sure what kind they are. But Ripsalis isn't really my thing, so like I do like Ripsalis, but these ones I'm going to let them go. So this one is going to go. Oh my goodness, you guys, I was filming and the camera wasn't on. So I'm just gonna go through those plants with you one more time. Oh man, that's tough. Anyways, I am not letting go of my Monstera elbows, number one. Number two, we're not cutting them, we're not letting them go. We are going to let them live their cute little lives. Then my Monstera Burley Marks Flame, I'm definitely not letting go of that either, but I wanted to show you the root. That root is just beautiful. And then I got on to this Forgetii, which I said I wanted to repot, and I've said I'm going to repot a million times, but I just haven't. So this one I'm gonna let go as well. It's a cutie though. And it's got a ton of roots. So someone needs to take better care of this than me. Algae. Bad. Like, why am I like this? Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. Then we have this beautiful Alocasia bisma, which I spent the last 10 minutes picking all of the sheaths off of the bottom, and I have a pile on my floor. I totally zoned out and just started picking sheaths off. But anyways, I'm not selling the mama because I love her very much, but I am going to sell the baby. So there's one here. This leaf here is a baby. And then we have some corms on the sides, which I don't know if they're ready, but we'll check. There's one. And then there's one there. And then right beside it, right there, you can see it. It's hard to see. Right there. So I'm gonna take this aside and dig the corms out tonight and see how many I can dig out of there. That is a project, a midnight project, if you may. And then I was saying my begonia Dragae Malmo is something I really, really need to get done, but I'm not doing that tonight. So I'm just gonna put that aside. And this, my friends, is my beautiful Anthurium Dark Forgetii crossed with Dark Phoenix. And I'm definitely not getting rid of this, that's for sure. I'm going to leave her and let her be. I just repotted her, but she does need an upsize still. I just didn't have a bigger pot, so I put her into here, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave her, but can we look at that beautiful leaf before I put her down? Like, that's just gorgeous. All right. You guys are gonna laugh at me. I have a whole goddamn tray of reverted Adansonii aureas. Do I want to deal with these anymore? No, I don't. I have one back here that looks like it has variegation, but it's melting, so I'll keep that one for myself. But the rest of them, they have got to go. So I'll sell those off. People can chop them up and do what they want with them. I don't know, I'm not into it anymore. I literally have probably 10 or 12 of them. But anyways, I have also my little begonia Lyman Smithii in here. I'm going to keep her and grow her out a bit more, I think. Yeah. So this whole tray, except for this plant, is going. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to downsize. I feel like a new human. So we've got my Anthurium radicans crossed with luxurians, and I have this inflow here is pollinated, this one here. So, and you know what? It has a baby here, but the leaf is still emerging, and I don't want to take that off yet until the leaf has hardened off. So I'm going to keep this on here for now, and I'm not selling my Radlux because I love it. And I want to try to do the impossible and make some crosses with it. Look at that beautiful new leaf. That's stunning. She's so pretty. I love her. This is a really, really easy beginner plant that likes to pop like crazy and grow like crazy and grow flowers like crazy. If you're looking for an easy anthurium that is a luxuriance hybrid, get the Radlux if you can find it. Okay. Ooh. I found myself another pot and a black one. Score. And next up, oh my God. Okay, so I have my begonia thurstonii right here. Can you see her? Bring her closer. Oh, she's too big. I've got my begonia thurstonii. I kind of want to take some cuttings. Do I want to? I think so. But she's so big. What do I do? Do I take a cutting and start her over and sell the rest of the cuttings? Or do I save a couple cuttings and sell a couple cuttings? Or do I just leave her like she is? She's literally in this vessel and she is super rooted in there. I love this plant. This plant's from Wild Fern. It's easier to show you from back here. But yeah, it is such a stunning begonia. I don't know how easy it roots or not though. Because I'm thinking maybe if I just keep the top, these big beautiful leaves, and start her over and just sell the rest of the cuttings. I don't know. I'm gonna put her to the side because I'm gonna do something with her. I just haven't decided what yet. She's taking over my frame. Okay, that's fine. She looks cute there. Anyways, next up, we have my Florida Beauty, which I want to keep, not chopping that. And then we have my Varicosum, which we just potted up in my moss pole video, which I don't want to get rid of that either. I do want to keep her. Back here we have a Anthurium Crystal Mag Forgetii Lux from North Shore Tropicals. And this one I do have sold already as well, so I'm gonna message that lady and see when she wants to come pick up her plants. It's literally going to bloom right there. See? It's going to bloom. And it has a leaf coming in as well, so that's cool. And it's very well rooted in this no drainage glass vessel. This plant is so freaking hardy, I swear, and it's really pretty. really, really pretty. So I'm gonna put this one to the side because this one's going. This is my Anthurium Diamond Dust. So I'm gonna keep this one here. I do really like this plant. And I have a begonia Sinbad here, which I can sell because I have so many of these cuttings, and this one's just super pretty. It just needs to get attached to this stake. But yes, begonia Sinbad. If you don't have one, it sunstresses pink. It's a very, very fast grower, and it's super, super pretty and so easy to propagate. So this one I'm going to sell. So that's all the floor plants, which is good. So I think I'm just gonna move them back and reorganize a little bit. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so I think next we will come closer. We're gonna do that lower shelf here. So this is my dragon's breath. I'm obviously keeping her because who wouldn't? She's stunning. I did just dig some corms out of her, so I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to look for corms in her. And those corms I have upstairs, which I can sell actually, so that's perfect. So I'm gonna put her to the side. This is my sad looking Doriaki silver. Oh my goodness, I just spilled water all over myself. Anyways, this is my sad Doriaki silver. I'm going to leave her alone. And I have this Ceristus mirabilis, which I also sold. So I'm gonna message that lady and see when she wants to pick up her plant. So I'll put that to the side. I have my little Rhiphidophora Tetrasperma variegated, which obviously I'm keeping. You guys, my Doc Block F2 is giving me a leaf right there. How cute. That's gonna be a good size leaf. Obviously keeping that. Okay, I just had to take a little bit of a break there and clean my area up. It was getting a little overwhelming, not gonna lie. So next up, we have my big pap, and I'm definitely not getting rid of this. I totally just broke that leaf off the other day, and I was so mad at myself for it. And it looks like, oh no, it looks like there's a new leaf. Ugh, I just broke another one off. Someone stop me. Oh, it was a flower. I just broke the cutest, ittiest, bittiest little flower off. And a leaf. So this plant probably hates me, but I'm just not going to touch it. Oh no, I feel terrible. Then we have my Epipremnum Neon Joy, I believe, and this is a much better version of the Lazy Moss pole that I showed you that I made. Looks way better. Still not the best, but hey, it works. And I'm definitely not letting her go. She is super cute. And then I have my Monstera laniata, Monstera adansonii subspecies laniata, which I wanted to grow on this trellis, but I think I'm gonna chop this one back actually and just regrow it from the trellis because I topped it and then it grew all weird. So yeah, I think that is a good idea. So I'm gonna put her aside and I'll chop her down a bit and grow her out properly. And then I have my Philodendron Emerald Dense, which finally started growing for me. And she's pushing a new leaf out here. So I think I'm going to keep this one. I don't want to let this one go. I am going to put her back and hopefully she grows nicely for me. I really like this plant a lot. Okay, so now we are on to the middle of my tiered glass corner shelf. So we have my esqueleto, which I definitely am not chopping. I'm keeping that. So we're keeping that there. And I have my beautiful Tazula Ace of Spades dark form crossed with Warrock or Self, which I'm keeping. I have my Portale hybrid with a beautiful new leaf. Look at that. How pretty. That's just gorgeous. Pink and red. Yes, please. And she is the cutest little baby inflow ever. Oh my goodness. So we're keeping her. This is not show and tell. This is get to work. I need to stop showing and telling. I have my Anthurium blue pap that I want to keep, obviously. This guy, my crystal pap. Do I want to keep this? This is one that I could probably let go before I decide to keep. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. So I really like it, but I just need to downsize. So this one is gonna go. This is my Pappy hybrid crossed with crystallinum, and it is growing all funk. You see that? It's reaching for the light, but somebody can take care of this and love it because I am needing space. Look at this, forgetty eye. I don't even know. This is one I want to keep, actually. This one is the one that's almost dark form. So I have two of these. Do they both look like crap? Good grief. Well, let's see. Okay, so this one is pushing out the leaf inside of the pot. Oh no. So that is her leaf there. And it looked like she was trying to push a flower out, but it died in the sheath. I'm just going to keep this one for now too, I think. Okay, so this is an anthurium stump of some sort. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't have a growth point or anything. I think this is my crystal mag. This one? I think, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep this one because I have no idea what it is. I should probably put it in the tent, actually. But there's that shelf. So we got rid of my Pappy hybrid crossed with crystallinum on that shelf. So now we're going to move on to the top shelf. So we have my medium green, which I'm keeping. We have my Meg crossed with a dark forgetty eye, which dropped its inflow because it's done. It's pushing a leaf, but I need to repot that. I'm just going to keep that for now. We have my Regale. Look at that leaf. So pretty. Keeping that. We have my Glorious. That's one I can chop. I'm chopping the Glorious. It's getting done. It's growing so tall. Oh my goodness. Am I going to be able to get this out of here? Huh? Okay, so this baddie is getting the chop. She's growing a new leaf, but like, dudes, she's so tall. So I'm going to put her in the pile. And my Quermalence, I'm going to keep, obviously. Love that plant. And back here, we have a very sad begonia. Let me see if I can get her out. I don't even know if she's salvageable. I haven't even taken her out of there to look at her for months. I don't know. Look at it. There's those two leaves look okay. Then we have this leaf has a bit of a crispy tip. And then the tips just keep getting crispier the further we go down the line. So this one's got to go because I'm not giving it the love it needs, clearly. Sorry, begonia. You are pretty, but begonia maculata. So I'm going to put her to the side because I'm getting rid of her right here. Yeah. Good. Oh, it actually feels really good to get that begonia out of the corner. I have a Christmas cactus back there, which I'm keeping, and an alocasia scalprum back there, which I'm keeping, and they're on the back windowsill, so I do not want to reach to get them out. And my Monstera Devon's tie or Aurea down here, I'm definitely keeping that. So that means we're moving to the shelf. Okay, so we're just moving to my big plant shelf, which I'm most likely keeping everything, I think. I'm not sure. I'm just going to go through it one by one. So this is my King of Spades. We are definitely keeping her. You might have seen me repot this already because I'm planning to do it for a video, but I'm filming this one first. So definitely keeping this baddie. She is gorgeous. You can't see her properly. This is turning into a show and tell, but look at her. She is so gorgeous. I love her so much. That's her newest leaf, and that was her leaf prior. Like, that's quite the size jump, eh? She's so pretty. Anyways, put her back up. And then I have my Anthurium magnificum, which had a cute little tiny infloat, but it dropped. So we're going to take that out, peel the sheath off, and I am keeping this one. I'm going to keep this one. She's so pretty. Look at her. I love this Anthurium. So we're keeping her, and I'm just going to put her back right there. Keeping my crystal mag. Then we have my Plantitinorum, which I want to repot into drainage, but I'm not doing that right now, obviously. And my little red Anderson. Look how pretty she is. She's gorgeous. I love her. I think I'm going to put her in my cabinet, actually. Get better light. Do that. And behind her, we have a Rhaphidophora heyi, variegated. So yeah, she's super cute. I have a piece of her in my tent that I'm going to sell, but this one's staying. And this is my Alocasia Gagiana Aurea, which I need to pot up. She got roots for days, and she's popping a new leaf. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to just leave her there for now. I had her on my floor, but she kept getting knocked over because my kids play hockey down here. So yeah, put her up there for safekeepings. Then we have my Anthurium eminens, which I'm definitely keeping. I love this little cutie so much. And my NSC red crystalline crossed with luxurians. Look at that leaf. That sheen is just unreal. Ugh, it stays dark for so long. I'm keeping this one, obviously. Okay. And I have my Anthurium pendants from Charmaine, which I'm keeping, obviously. Down here, I have my Doriaki crossed with Clarinervium and keeping her. She's got a pretty new leaf coming. I'm obsessed with this plant, actually. It's so, so pretty. Oh my goodness, look at this crusty thing. This is my Mag Verde crossed with Magnificum, and I don't know. It needs a repot and a rehab sesh. I'm not getting rid of this one. I do really like it. Not yet anyways. I don't know. Maybe in the future. We will see. But I'm going to be rehabbing her soon. Probably in an upcoming video. She's looking a little rough. And look at that. Bad plant mom. This is what happens when you have a busy life. Then I have my philodendron bicolor, which has the red backs, and she's giving me new growth. She is in tree fern fiber and loving it. So I'm keeping her, obviously. She's cute. Oh my goodness. This is another one that is in dire need of a repot. This is my Dressleri hybrid crossed with a no ID. And she's giving me her first little inflow. So I'm keeping her, but she does need a repot. But look at how pretty she is. She's gorgeous. I think I'm keeping her. Do I keep her? Yes, Natasha. Do I keep her? Do I need this plant? I'm seriously reconsidering my life right now. For now, I think I'm going to keep her. I do like her. Yes, we'll keep her for now. But she needs a new spot. Do I have a new spot for her? Probably not. Ah, I need to get some shelves soon here. So I'm just going to put her back. And I'm going to unplug my catchy because I need to clean it out and put a new little trap in there. Okay, so that is it for my shelf. We're going to move over to my table. Okay, as you can see, I have a table full of plants here. So I have this beautiful begonia. This is begonia. I think the actual name for it is begonia with lacucci, which is pretty funny. But it's actually, I know it as begonia Brazilian lady, and the girl needs a trim. So we're going to trim her, and hopefully some people want begonia with lacucci. This is my philodendron silver stripe or cream splash. I'm not sure. I have it written down as silver stripe. She needs a repot and a pole. I do want to keep her for now anyways. And then I have my philodendron burl marks variegata, which I am definitely keeping. I love this plant. It's super pretty. And this is my friend's luxurians. Of course, we're keeping that. And I have a syngonium pink splash. Oh my God, you guys are going to cancel me, but look at this. I need to change the water. Her roots, some of them look good, some of them don't look so good at all. But this is my syngonium pink splash, and I need to deal with this ASAP. I found another begonia Sinbad, which I also don't need. This one needs a prune of the old leaves. And yeah, she is in a yucky vessel too. So I'm going to get rid of this. I need a refresh of my plant collection, and I do not need this plant. And that is it for that table, and that begonia was behind the table, but that's it for that area. Okay, so next up we have this table here, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants on it. So we'll quickly go through those. So this here is my Monstera lechleriana variegated, which I'm definitely keeping because I do have to pot this up properly. It is just in moss, it looks like. There's 2 growth points, and yeah, looks good. But it has a cute little white leaf. Like, how pretty is that? Yes. Then we have this Jose Bueno cutting that the leaves curled on, but we have a growth point in the middle there, and it is not rooted at all. So it's probably going to root from that new growth point. So I might just remove at least a leaf. Maybe I should just remove both of them and put this in a prop box, and it would make my life easier. Done and done. So I'm just going to remove both of them now, and I'll stick it in a prop box later, but that's much more manageable for me than having these curled leaves on the plant taking up so much room. And then I have my Billietier. So I've always wanted a variegated Billietier, and I told myself that I definitely will not ever get one until I can figure out the normal Billietier. So I think I need to give this more light. But she's hanging in there. She's going good. Maybe a pole. She probably would like a pole. But she's just in no drainage, and yeah, she's doing good. I'm keeping her. And we have another Jose Bueno with 2 growth points in there. There's one there and one down there. Can you see that? Is that a root or a growth point? Probably it's a growth point. This one's probably not rooted either. See? So this one has 2 growth points. Maybe I should just sell those unrooted though. Would people want them? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do with those. This is my philodendron rubrosynctum platinum. I took it out of my tent. It was a big, beautiful plant, and it decided to almost perish. So I'm just growing her back. She's just sitting here. And I have my medium green, which we repotted together. And I have this Alocasia watsoniana, which has some growth points. I repotted her, and then she decided to oof on me. So that is her. You can see she has a couple little growth points. So I'm just leaving her in here. Maybe I should take her out and pot her into something different. I don't know. And this is my friend's Pap Mag. So I'm going to leave this here, obviously. Can I show you the new leaf without breaking it? Check that beautiful leaf out. It's so pretty. Anyways, leave that there. So that is the plants on that table. And now I have this huge table full of props. So my philodendron gigas is back here because I need to find a spot for it. Oh, I have a begonia in here. This is begonia Linda Dawn, and she is ready for a new home. She's really dark. It's going to be hard to see because the light is washing her out. Maybe if I move back. I don't know. But she's very well rooted, and she just needs a new home. So that is one I can definitely sell. I should actually get a tote out of here. Oh, this is my philodendron camphosportuanum that we chopped up in one of my recent videos. In my moss pull video, I'm going to put her to sell. This is a variegated string of pearls or a string of tears. I grew for my friend. So I'm going to see if she still wants this. I think she wanted to send it to her friend. So yes, I should call her or message her and see if she does. Excuse my nails. I haven't had time to do that. So yeah, so I'm going to see if she wants this still or what the deal is. And yeah, I'll give her a call and put this to the side. This is another one that the lady needs to pick up. So this is the Begonia Dragae Malmo, which was originally identified as Begonia erythrogyna, but we have since found out that that is not what it is. So I have a friend who bought this, and she's just coming to pick it up. If I don't break it, it's fine. But yeah, so I'll message her and see when she wants to pick up her begonia, but she is looking good in there. Super dark. This one's really dark. I really like it. These are begonia Dragae Malmo props, and they look terrible. I don't know, man. They don't look very good. I think I'm just going to toss them. They have good roots, but I don't see much hope. Maybe I'll take them out and take a look at them. There might be one or two that I can try to pot up, but I'll leave these ones to the side. Actually, I'll put them in my cabinet. This is another one for my friend who also got the variegated string of pearls. She wanted this dolphin flower plant for her friend, so I'll see if she still wants this. She wanted me to root them for her, and they're rooted now. It's been a little while, so I'll message her and see, because she probably will. Here is another Begonia Dindui prop that we can sell. Oh my. This is a Scindapsus pictus tattoo. wet stick with some live moss in there, which is super cool. This one I want to keep. I really like Scindapsus pictus tattoo. I have one in my Scindapsus terrarium back there, which I'm just going to pop this into there as well. Scindapsus takes so long to grow from wet stick. If you know, you know. This is a philodendron tenue. Are you even going to do anything? I don't think so. I'm just going to toss this. Doesn't look like there's a growth point on it or anything, and I've had it forever. So this is getting tossed, which I need a pile for tossing. This is a Scindapsus Silver Queen. Looks like another old prop. Oh, she has a good root and a growth point right there. Woo, right there. So I think I will find her a new lid and put her in for free because I don't need this. This is another rehab project. So this is my Anthurium Friedrichstallii, and I let it get too wet, I think. Girl does not look good anyways, and I don't see any roots, and I've had it in here for a while. But look at that poor thing. Crispy, yucky. So I do really like this plant, and I do want it to grow, and I do see a growth point, weirdly enough. So anyways, this is another rehab project that I want to get done. I have these two variegated domesticums as well that I want to sell. So I will put these up for sale. So I have here a Scindapsus Silver Queen that has some curled leaves. This is a new leaf. She's still okay. She just needs a humidity bin, I think. So I'm just going to put this one for free as well. So this is an Epipremnum Bumpy from the Taruno series, little baby, and it's super variegated. So I think I'll put this one up for sale. This is a Philodendron mexicanum, and it has a growth point. So I will put this one up for sale as well. This is a Ripsalis hybrid for my friend she bought. So I'm going to keep that to the side for her. So this is an Anthurium no ID, which is really pretty. It almost looks like a pappy or a pappy hybrid. This one I want to sell as well. So put this one to the side and post it. Same with this Nigrolaminum Gigi. This one I had up in Fern's Discord. She has a trade section so people from each part of the world can trade. So I put this in the Canada section and no one wanted it. So I'm just going to try to sell it, I think. This here is a dark crystallinum crossed with luxurians, and I have a bigger plant of this. So I think this one I'm going to sell. Here's another Jose Bueno that the leaves kind of funk. I mean, this one hasn't completely funked out on me, but it also hasn't rooted. And I don't see a growth point. Okay, there is a growth point. It was under the leaf. If you look and see there, there's a growth point right there. So I'm going to put these with the other Jose Buenos. Oh, good. Okay, so I have 3 SP Silver Peru wet sticks that have sprouted, so I'll put those in their own little containers and sell those. Sweet. And I have another one, and it has also got a growth point. Right there. So another one to add to the pile. I have a plan for this area. I'm going to totally redo it. So it's nice to like clear some space as well. You'll see because I'm going to do it in a video. And this is my SP Silver, which we chopped in my Aeroid Refresh video. We chopped it right up into pieces, and she is rooting nicely for me. So that's exciting. So I can pot her up soon, but I'm just going to keep her in here for now. And yeah, definitely not selling this queen. I love her. Then I have 3 Paleonia repens propagations that I'm just going to put as free with purchase, I think. because ain't nobody got time for this. I mean, they're pretty, but I just need some space. Another Hoya Dolicho Sparte. So we'll put that one as free with purchase too, I think. Okay, so I have these Epipremnum pinnatum elbows, and this one is limp and does not look well at all. I wonder why. Anyways, this one's going in the garbage. This one here is so pretty. Like, look at that. So I think I'm gonna pop this into my cabinet. And this one too. Like, this one's pretty, but it looks a little sad. So I think I'm gonna put those into my cabinet and then eventually into a prop box. Here we have another Mexicanum, and this one doesn't have growth point. So, do I take the leaf off? Look. Yep, I do. All right. Do we have a growth point in here? That is the question. Without wrecking it. Okay, I think that's a growth point. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a growth point. Okay, I'm going to put this one as free with purchase. I have this Epi No ID, and the leaf is looking a little yucky here and at the base, and it doesn't have a growth point. Kind of looks like a spent note actually. So I think this one I'm going to just toss. This is a Scindapsus trubii dark form. So I think I'll put this one in my cell bin. This is another Scindapsus trubii. I spilled the leca. This is another Scindapsus trubii dark form. So I'm going to put this one into my cell bin as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is another one of the tissue culture caramel marbles, which I think I'm going to send to my friend because she really wants a caramel marble. And it would be good for her to learn how to grow this before she buys it. So I'm going to put this to the side. And this, I don't know what happened with this, but this is a Monstera laniata, and it just like withered away into nothing. Literal nothingness. So that one's garbage. We went through a tray. We have an Anthurium eminens baby, which I'm gonna have to sweep my floor. This is an Anthurium eminens baby. So that's the trilobed Anthurium that I have on my plant shelf. And this one I can sell. Sure. Do I see any roots though? I'll have to dig in here and see if I can find any roots because I don't see any on the outside of the cup, but that one can go. And this is another Mexicanum, but does it have a growth point? I don't see one. This one's getting tossed. So I do believe this is a Monstera, either Peru or Pinati partita. That bottom leaf has seen better days, but there's that. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think anyone will want this? Maybe. Maybe I'll put it as a freebie or sell it. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out later, but I'll put it in the pile. Those ones are so sensitive to watering. If you overwater it, it will not be happy with you. Here's another Mexicanum. This one probably has a growth point under there, but I don't see it, and I don't want to pull it out either because this leaf is actually nice. So I think I might send this one to my friend. We shall see. This is a Philodendron esmeraldense stick, which I was just trying to see if anything would grow from, and it hasn't. So I'm just going to toss that. This is another one of my reverted Adansonii aureas, which I think I'm just going to sell because we cannot get yellow on this plant for some reason. Does anyone else have that issue? Like, I'm just over trying to grow reverted cuttings. I have so many of them around. So that one we're selling. There is another bin. This is a Hoya Calamantan, and this one has new growth in the middle, but it has quite the algae-ridden vessel, but you can see roots on all sides. So that one's going to get sold. This is a Hoya passiflora. And we have a root to the bottom, but no new growth. I think I'm going to hold this one back until it has new growth. I don't think there is any new growth in there. No. Oh, is that new growth starting there? Yeah, this one's going to just get held back until I see some new growth. Oh, here's the Monstera spruciana, which melted away as well. So that one's getting thrown. Here's a couple variegated heart leaves. This one has new growth. So that one has new growth in the cup there. And this one doesn't have new growth yet. So I can sell this one and keep this one. I have so much of that plant right now. Someone will be happy with that. I have another Jose Bueno cutting. That one's super pretty, a half moon. I ran out of stakes, so I had to use these trellises to support them. And this one has a new growth inside of there. I can see it. It'll be really hard to show you guys, but I'm going to sell this one. It's super pretty. And this is another Emerald Dense that hasn't grown for me, so I'm just going to toss. Another one. This here is an Epipremnum Baltic Blue. I want to keep this one to send to my friend. Here we have a Philodendron Atabapoense, which is really similar to the Mexicanum, but it is more silver and it has red on the backs, whereas the Mexicanum has like purple on the back. So this one does have a growth point in there. Might not be able to see it. It's just super tiny. So I will sell this one. And it's well rooted. And we have another Atabapoense that is also sprouting a new leaf, which is super cute. And here we have 3 Monstera aurea wet sticks, free with purchase, I believe. We'll see. So this is a Philodendron Silver Stripe or Cream Splash cutting, but I don't, yeah, no, it's dead. Okay, that one's going in the bin. Philodendron Atabapoense. I don't see a growth point. You're in the bin. This, I'm not sure. I kind of think it's either a Rhaphidophora or an Amedrium. Either way, I want to keep this one and let it grow out and see what happens with it. So I'm going to put this in my cabinet. This here is a Epipremnum No ID, and I do want to sell this one. And we have another Scindapsus trubii dark form. So I will also be selling that one. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. Maybe we will continue tomorrow night. I do have some things I need to go through still. We haven't even gone through my whole plant room, so that's just one room. We still have my tent and then my upstairs and my bathrooms, which will take me a couple seconds, but yes. So for downstairs, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 prop boxes, but I know one is something special, so we're not going through that. And the next one is variegated heart leaves. So I don't know if I'm going to go through that one either. We'll see. And I know I can go through this one down here and this one down here as well. So we have those, and then we have 2 Regal chunks that don't have growth points yet. And then we have a corner over here, which, if you see, I have plants on the floor down there, and I have that terrarium, and then I have plants on these 2 tables over here. So we will go through those ones tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey guys, I am back. It is day 2. It is the next night. So today I put all of those plants onto my local plant group, did a huge purge. Took me all day, and I watered my upstairs plants too. So I had a full planty day today. And then I watched the hockey game and my team lost, but that's okay because the Oilers are still in. So cheering for Canada. Hopefully we can make it through, but we'll see. Anyhow, so next up we're going to go through my prop boxes. I have one under this table and a couple under here and a couple plants that I will show you guys. So we're going to do that right now. I am just going to pull this tote out from under my table. Carefully take the lid off because it has moisture on it. Ugh. There we go. All right, so what do I have in here? All right, I have this. Ooh. Ah, oh my goodness. Okay, you guys can't see this probably, but there is a Hoya biacensis splash cutting in there, and the stem has rotted pretty much all the way to the top, but right at the top, there's a root that goes into the perlite. So I don't know. I think I might just give this one as a freebie and let someone try and grow it. Hopefully it works for them. Next up, I have this Hoya UT039 Flora's Island cutting. So this is one of the ones that got too close to the light and curled, but there's no new growth on it. I do see roots in there, but I'm going to leave this one in here for now until I see some new growth. And what is this? Okay, this is a Monstera obliqua Amazonas cutting stick. It has a sprouted growth point on it, but I'm going to leave that one in there as well, I think. Do I see any roots on the side? Yeah, no roots. I'll just leave it. Ooh, I have a Hoya New Guinea ghost cutting, and the new leaf is getting stuck on the side. Do we have roots? Oh, yeah. There's definitely roots in there because I do the tug test and it lifts moss up with it. So I will sell this beautiful Hoya New Guinea ghost cutting. Should leave these ones in there that I wanted to. I need to do a prop box clean as well. I have perlite in the bottom of my prop boxes. Annoying. Okay, so here's a Monstera Adansonii aurea that has no yellow on it. And no roots. What do I do? I think I'm just going to give this one away as a freebie because I'm done trying to get this plant to throw some yellow for me. It's really annoying. Okay, so here is another UT039. This one doesn't have any roots visible, but when you tug, definitely feels like there's roots, and there is new growth in there, if you can see at the bottom there. So this one I will sell or let go of. And what's this? Something with it's a Monstera obliqua Amazonas with a growth point, but no roots again. So we'll just leave that one in there. And then I have this Begonia Dracopelta. This is the one that I potted up, chopped and propped in one of my recent videos. I do want to keep this one, so I'm going to just keep this one in my prop box. How pretty that leaf is. This is such a cute plant. Nobody went for the ones yet either that I posted today, so might end up with a whole bunch of them, but that's not a bad thing. These are some Monstera Burley Marks Fantasy cuttings, some little sticks. So I'm going to keep those because they're still quite juvenile. And in here, friends, in here, I have got a sea of Begonia Sinbad leaf props. And I don't think any of them have sprouted. Doesn't look like. But they are rooting pretty good. So I'm just going to keep these in here. And yeah, continue growing them. Uh-oh, taking out the Dracopelta. Oops. Okay, so we have 4 plants out of there. So that's good. Yeah, okay. Put the lid back on and put that back. So this here is a Anthurium regale chonk, but it doesn't have any growth points. And I don't think it's got any roots in there either. Not that I see. So I'm just going to leave that one in there. And we'll check the other one. Yeah, same with this one. I don't see any roots, or any growth point on there. So I'm going to leave those ones under the table and they can continue to grow. Any plant with soil in it, I try to keep these sticky traps in there just in case fungus gnats, you know, and these are in soil. All right, another prop box. What's this? Epipremnum Kujang's Flame. And this one is just a little sprouted stick that doesn't have any roots. Hide my face. So I'm going to leave that one in there. This one is a sprouted stick with, the roots don't look super good. Oh, there's a good root, but this one doesn't have any variegation on it, so I don't know. I might just continue to grow this one out, as you can see. Here's another one with no variegation. Like they have speckles, but it's really hard to see. It's not showing up on camera. So I'm going to leave those ones in there. And then I have a begonia Linda Dawn leaf prop that I've had in here for months and it hasn't done anything. So I think it's time to say goodbye to this. Same with this silver stripe cutting. Maybe I'll give this one away as a freebie. Okay. I don't know. It hasn't done anything. Maybe I'll just toss it. It's not going to do anything, I don't think. This is my epipremnum tricolor that I've had for like a year and a half. That is still a stick. At one point it did sprout a leaf, but it died off. So there's that. And then we have this. Oh, okay, somebody will probably want this. Is it rooted? Yeah, this is a Hoya latifolia pot of gold, and it does have a little growth point right there. So we will sell that. This is a Matilde Splash, but no activity. So I'll leave that one in here. Another Epipremnum Kujang's Flame with just a little leaf sprouted in there. This is a Scindapsus trubii dark form. Do we have roots? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to keep this one in there as well, I think. I don't know. I don't know if those roots are healthy. It looks like they're rotting. Maybe I'll just toss this one. I have got to not keep plants. Okay, so Monstera obliqua Amazonas with just a little bit of a leaf there. Keep that one. I have a couple more of these, but they're full of water. Oh my goodness. Okay, dump some of that water into the tote and show you. See? Cute little baby sprout. Keep that. I'm going to keep those because I want to grow them a bit bigger before I let go of them. Keep that one. Same thing. I'm not going to show you. And then I have these white knight propagations, and they're throwing some white. So that's cute. Are they rooted though? I've had a hard time rooting these. There's a little tiny root on the top. So I'll show you that, which is super cute. So I can sell that. I'll just say it has a tiny root. I do not need to keep growing these. Same with this one. This one has a little bit of a root too. And it's showing some white in it and in the new leaf. And same with this one. Do we have a root? Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. So there's another one. And this one is pretty green, so maybe I'll just do this one as a freebie. I think I might do that. See, all green pretty much, so that one can be a freebie. So that was easy. We went through that box pretty quick. And I'll put this back. The next box under there is a secret, so I'm not going to take that one out. Oh, I have some heartleaf props back there, some variegated ones. I got them. Oh yeah, there's some pretty new growth in here. Wow. Okay. I'll show you, but I need to get the saran wrap off the top. Can I show you without them tipping over? See? There's some pretty new leaves in there. So yeah, I'm going to keep this out and go through these as well because some people will probably really like these. Perfect. I managed to get like a whole bunch of variegated heartleaf at the same time, and I don't want to keep all of them. And I can always chop and prop the one I have if I want to start one climbing up a pole, because the one I have is hanging, which needs a repot too. So yeah, we'll keep these out. I have no idea where to put this stuff though, because I literally have stuff everywhere. Okay. My plant room is such a mess right now. I have plants everywhere from my downsizing project. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Gee. Careful. There we go. Dumping stuff already. Are you guys hockey fans? We are a big hockey house. My oldest son likes the Oilers because he was born in Edmonton, and me and my husband are Canucks fans, and my youngest, and my middle kid likes Toronto. So we have 3 teams to cheer for, and all of them made it to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. So that was really exciting, but it's also really sad when the team gets booted because the kids get so sad, but that's okay. They get over it eventually, poor things. All right, so I'm going to keep those out. I'm going to move you guys into this corner now. So first and foremost, we have the Philodendron Jose Buono bottom cut, which I want to keep. So I'll put that to the side. And then I have this huge Anthurium Pappy Mag, which I'm going to keep. It's not mine, so I can't give it away. Back here, I have a crystallinum that I've been neglecting. I don't even know if it's still good. I think this was like one of my first anthuriums. What do I do with this? I don't see any growth points either. I think I might toss this one. It stinks too. Then I'll have some more pon and another glass vessel to use. This here is a Monstera aurea that one of my old friends gave me a long time ago, and it hasn't done anything for almost 2 years now. But I don't want to give up on this because I really want it to do something. It's got roots in there, you can see, but nothing. So I'm going to keep this and just hope for the best. I hope you're in a good spot here. Maybe I can pull you back a bit. Is that better? Okay, so I have went to show you and it fell. A yellow leaf. I'm just going to put to the side. Anyways, I have these 2 chocolate anthuriums. One is sold and the other one, so I think this was the one that sold. I'll have to look back in my messages, but one of them is sold. And look at this cute pot from Walmart. My little boy picked it out. And one is available. So do I want to keep it? I don't think so. So I think I might sell one of these as well and just figure out which one I already sold and sell the other one. But these are just basic, what do you call them? Like grocery store anthuriums. So I don't know. I really wanted one at one time, but I'm over it now. So one of them is going to go and one of them is already gone. I just need to get the girl to come pick it up. I'll put those off to the side, actually. Back here, I have a Monstera cutting from my huge Monstera from upstairs, which has sold. The roots are crazy. I want to show you. It's just been propping in water, and look at that. It's insane. And it's got a huge aerial root. Oh my god, I'm taking plants out right there. And it just pushed out this leaf. So I'm gonna put this, I think, up here for now. Get it out of the way on my table. And Then I have back here an epipremnum skeleton key, which I'm going to chop up and sell as well. I don't want that anymore. I thought I did, but I don't. I'm over it. So that one is going to get chopped up and sold. Put that off to the side, and then we're going to go inside of my little terrarium here. So in here I have mostly Scindapsus. I have a couple other things too, a couple monsteras and my cryptosperma johnstonii. So I will show you guys each plant in there. What I want to do with this actually is convert it into a begonia terrarium for now, like just for small begonias. So I want to clean it out really good, and I purchased some of those scrubbing pads that Charmaine from Unplanted Parenthood used to clean hers out. So I want to use that and try to clean that out as best as I can and put a layer of pon and then moss on top, because I can leave a reservoir with the pon. I did that before and my plants just loved it. So I'll show you guys. So this is my cryptosperma johnstonii, but it is in a little bit of a reservoir. I just keep the bottom full of water. And I don't know. That was the leaf it put out in my care. It's got a bit of a crispy tip, which is why I started putting the reservoir. I read that they like to be warm and humid and they don't like to dry out. They like to have a lot of water. So I think that's right. If I am wrong, please correct me. But I've wanted this plant for so long and it's kind of hard to grow, not gonna lie. But it does have some nice roots in there, so I must be doing something right. I'm keeping this, obviously. This was actually a gift from my friend Lisa. Lisa, if you're watching, I love this plant so much. I'm so grateful for your kindness. Thank you so much. So I'm going to keep that one. And next up, I have a Scindapsus tattoo, which I also really, really like. I think the pattern on this is so pretty. So I'm keeping this, and I have a little wet stick in the side with a baby leaf. So that's cute. So I'm going to keep this, obviously. I love that one. This is going to be hard because I really want to downsize my Scindapsus. I really like some of them, but I don't know, I'm just over it. So this is a Scindapsus Silver Queen, which has 2 growth points, and this plant pushes out huge leaves. These ones are pretty small, but they do push out huge leaves. So I'm going to put this one into the pile of sale plants. This one here I'm keeping. This is my variegated Scindapsus from my friend Leanne, and I just love it. It's so pretty. And we even have a little growth point. Super cute. Oh, keeping that one. This is my Scindapsus exotica dapple dude, and I think this is another one I'm going to let go. It's super pretty, but I don't know. I think I don't want this one. It has a nice size growth point here, which is good, and lots of roots in there, so that one can go. This is a baby Monstera spruciana, which I'm going to sell. Does it have roots? Probably. Oh yeah, it's rooted in there. Can I see any on the sides? Oh yeah, I think that's one there. It won't be easy for you to see it. No, that's okay though. So this one's gonna go. Then I have another one I want to keep, which is my Scindapsus Silver Cloud. I have been neglecting my Scindapsus, if you can't tell. There's that. I grew this one from wet stick, and I really like this one though, so I want to keep this one. Poor thing. I need to take care of you better. Sorry. Okay, that one in the corner. Back here, I have some Monstera spruciana cuttings. This is one I wanted to put on a pole, so I might do that still. I think I will do that. But there's more than one cutting in here. I'm just going to see how many there is, because I might be able to let go of a couple of these too. What do we have? Okay, so we have this one here, which has a good root. 2 nodes, 3 nodes actually, but these 2 are not rooted. So I'll keep this one for myself, I think. And I have, then I have this one here, which has a new leaf, a old leaf, and a root. So this one I'm going to sell. What am I going to remember? How am I going to do this? Okay, I'm going to put mine back in here. Put the lid on. And I have a container in here with another water propagation. Look at that. Oh my God. So this is a Scindapsus. It looks like platinum actually. And it has some rotted roots on there. I'm going to pull those off. That's rotted, so I'm going to take that off. Another rotten root. Deary. Okay. So we have a wet stick that has growth points, sorry. You can see there. So there's that. I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to put it in the Monstera container. And then I have this here, which I'm going to pull this leaf off because it looks haggard. Put that in the garbage pile, but it did not land in the garbage pile, but it has that cute leaf on the top. So I'm going to keep that, and it's got a little root. So we'll keep that in the Monstera bin as well. And this is the one that was kind of funk. What do I do? The root seems fine. It just had a couple pieces of rot on it, which I got off. So I'm going to keep this in my Monstera container. I think this way. All right, so there's that. And what's this? Okay, so this is the Monstera that I wanted to sell, but I don't want to put it in that cup that had the rotten root water in it. So I'm just going to go change that water and pop this cutting into there. All right, so I put that cutting with the cell pile and changed the water. Back here, I have a Scindapsus, I think platinum, growing in moss, no visible roots. I'm going to keep this one for now. I think that that's super pretty. So we'll keep that one and put it back into the little tank here. And this is my Scindapsus waxy silver hero, which is different from the normal silver hero. It's waxy instead of like more velvety. And I think it's super pretty. So I'm going to keep this one as well. I could definitely fit some begonias in here. Excellent. There's that. Okay, so I just have you facing the table because the lighting was even worse the other way. I have this beautiful Alocasia zebrina, which I sold. So I'm going to keep this into the pile of things that need to get picked up. I did message that girl earlier and she still wants it. So I hope she likes it. It's really pretty. I love those patterns on the stems. They're just unmatched. So I'll put this back here as well, out of the way. Perfect. Okay. I have a neglected UPI back here that I grew from tissue culture and I don't want it anymore, but like it literally has extra floral nectaries dripping from it. I'm gonna have to give it a good clean and see if it's even worth selling at this point. Oh my goodness. Things just got real. I'll show you guys in a minute. I just tipped something over. Okay. This on top of it. Perfect. Okay, so I have to back you up a bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this full UPI in the screen. So another reason I don't want this one anymore is because it just, the wingspan, like it's crazy. You see that? It's going to be really hard to see with all these plants in the background, but it's pretty. I just don't, I loved it before, but now I'm just kind of over it. And if you can see, the extra floral nectaries are like dripping off of it. So I'm going to put this one to the side, give it a good clean, and just like the moss pulls even kind of gross. Maybe I can chop it into pieces and sell it. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, next up I have another neglected plant. This is my philodendron ring of fire. I remember when these came to the store and I rushed out to get one and was so excited. And now I'm just like, I don't even want you. This plant does not give me any variegation. It doesn't grow very fast. And like, look at that new leaf. Like, what are you doing? It looks like it's kind of variegated, but it's also kind of like curled. But to be fair, I didn't have it in the best lighting source. It had very little light, but it's well rooted in an arid mix, which will be hard for you to see in this crap light. Oh, you can see a root there. So I'm gonna put this one to the side and probably just give it as a freebie because I'm over it. And look at this cute pot. This is from my friend Michelle over at Luna Leaf. I've linked her before, but I'll link her again. She is amazing and she started a planty YouTube channel and she has some really good information. So if you guys want to check her out, I highly suggest. Michelle's amazing and she's such a beautiful planty soul. All right, so we'll put that one in the pile. And that is it for the plants in that corner. And I think we're going to move on to the tent next. All right, guys, we are in my grow tent. And this one is going to be a little bit hard, but I do need to downsize some of my anthuriums. I have way too many. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, this poor thing is my anthurium morinense. This plant does not want to grow for me at all. It was an import from Ecuagenera a while ago. It's just never been happy. Never, ever. And I don't even know. Oh yeah, the root looks okay. This is one I really want though. So I think I might rehab this one again and put it into a prop box and see what happens. I don't know. Is it worth it though? Like I've done that already like 3 times. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm going to. Okay. I made my mind up. I'm keeping it. Okay, so this is a Dark Phoenix crossed with a Meg and an Ace of Spades Tazula Dark Form. I have 2 of these. I think I should probably let go of one of them. This one has a new leaf, so I don't know where the other one is. Maybe, okay, I think I might have found it. One sec. Is this it? Yes, it is. Okay. So I also have this one here. This one here. And I have this one here. So this one is showing darker, but this one's been under more light. I'm going to keep this one and I'm going to let go of this one. Deal. Done. And this one has really good roots, so whoever gets it should be happy with it all the way to the bottom. So I'll put that one to the side. Where do I even put plants in here? Such a tiny space. I'll just put it right here beside my heater. I'll put this one back. So this is my Carla crossed with a Regardens Pap, and we are currently working on a growth point. This leaf came with it. And roots. There's a root there. I don't know. I might switch this to tree fern. I don't see any new root growth and I don't want to lose it, but it's working on a leaf. So right now I'm just going to leave it and put it back. Then in the corner, I have my Alchaco Red, which I just showed you guys in a video, in my moss pull video. So I'm going to keep that one back there. I don't want to pull that one out. I am going to keep that plant. And I have a tray of seedlings. So this is my Wonder Boy. I love this plant so much. This one is from Scott Cohen. I really want to keep this one, so I'm not letting this one go. I just pulled this one out of one of my bins and it's doing fine. So yes, we're keeping this beautiful, beautiful plant. These are my 2 anthuriums that passed away on me and I should just bite the bullet and throw them away. I thought maybe they would come back, but they're not. Darn. I think I'm going to have to buy these ones again, though. Like, one's an Ace of Spades BVAP and one's a King of Spades BVAP. Or I could probably just try to make my own one day, too, and save on some cash. Okay, I don't know, but these are going in the garbage because they are not doing it for me. They are just taking up space. This is a Zara Michelle crossed with Forgetti Eye White Stripes, which I think turned out to be a luxurians. Can't remember. There was one seed I got from my friend Dennis, and one leaf I'm going to take off. It doesn't look very good. But there was one seed that I got from my friend Dennis, but it was the wrong ID. It ended up being an open pollinated seed, and his was gorgeous. And I think that's this one. And I really, really want to get mine to look like that. Like, look how pretty that is so far. Doesn't even look like anything, but it's pretty. Anyways, I'm putting that back because I'm keeping it. Back here, I have a dark crystal crossed with a Pappy Fort Sherman, which I also have two of. I was going to trade this to my friend Kayla, but we ended up not trading. So I think this one is going to get sold. It's cute. Very cute. My other one, I'll show you later. But yeah, okay, so this one's going to get sold. Put it in the sell pile. Oh my goodness. Sad letting go of granthuriums. Okay, so these here, I have been trying to grow these for over a year now. I have it titled as a no ID that looks like a luxuriance hybrid because it is, but this leaf is constantly yellow. I don't know what it wants from me. This is the chunk I pulled it off of, and it has growth points, but no growth. Something in me just wants to keep them and keep trying to grow them. Do I? Or do I just give up? You know, we love a good challenge around here. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them for now. I think I really want to see what it turns out to be, so I'm going to keep those. Here I have my BVEP crossed with Self, but it looks like I overwatered it as it has some water damage on the back of the leaf. You see? Hard to see. It's translucent there. So I don't see roots in this one, but I'm going to take it out of the substrate and probably just check on the roots and repot it. And eventually I do want to let this one go. This is a bottom cut off of my BVEP crossed with Self. So yeah, I do want to let this one go. But right now I'm just going to keep it and probably repot it. This here is my Mag crossed with Podato radiatum, and this is from my friend Emma. Oh, it's so dark and beautiful. The new leaf got damaged as it came out because it hit another plant, of course, which made me super sad. But I'm keeping this one. I don't want to let go of this one. This one was just gifted to me. And look, we have a nice juicy root in there. So yeah, we're going to keep her. Excuse me if I keep not looking at the camera properly. I'm still learning where to look. So I'm looking into the green light where my camera is, but I keep forgetting and looking in the middle or looking to the side, and it totally makes me look like I'm looking away. See? If I look this way, you can see me talking to you, but if I look in the middle, it looks like I'm looking off into Never Never Land. This is a Zara Michelle that I cut my Zara Michelle into two because I just want it to grow for me and I want to have a backup. So this one I put into perlite, and we have some cute little baby leaves in there. So I want to keep that. This is what's left of my Erasemioides, and this is another one that I really want to grow. So I'm going to keep it. It's just a couple little chunks that aren't doing anything. Maybe I should throw those in my prop box and just label it. I might do that actually because my perlite prop box under the light is magic, I swear. And then we have one more plant on that tray, and it is my Pap Forgetti Eye. And I do not want to let go of this one. Look at that beautiful dark green leaf. I love it so much. And some of the older leaves have this yellowing on them. I don't know why. That's how I got them. There's that and that. I'm not too sure. But this one I need to pot up. It's in moss and it is fully rooted. So that will be another project to do. Then I have my Anthurium no ID. It's just a chonk with a growth point, kind of, right there. So I do want to keep this. Do I? I really like this plant, but it's a no ID. I'm going to keep it and see if I can sprout it, and then I'll decide. If I want to sell it after, I'll sell it. But if I don't, then I'll just keep it. Back here, I have a plain Jane crystallinum that I do want to keep because I want to have a normal crystallinum in my collection. And my friend Yogi.blossom sent this to me. So, yes. And it's finally looking a little bit better than it was before. This one has been really hard for me to grow, but we're going to keep pushing through. And then I have this beautiful thing, which is my epi marble, and I could probably take a couple nodes off of this because I do want to put it onto a pole. So if I put it on a pole, it would look like that. So if I took some bottom nodes off of it, I could make some cash off of it, and I could also put it on a pole eventually. This one needs to get potted up. So I'm going to put that one in the top pile. And this is my Alocasia Antoro Velvet, which I do want to keep as well. And in here I have some seeds from my latest cross, which is actually my first cross. So I have 2 bins of these. Some of these are pretty small and I don't think they're going to make it, but I just put them in there anyways. But there are a couple that do look like they are going to make it. The top ones, if you can see that. So that is my Magnificum crossed with Forgetty Eye. This is my Woo 5 crossed with Self that I won from Wuhoo Tropicals. So this is a red crystallinum, and I've always wanted a red crystallinum in my collection, so I am definitely keeping this. Isn't that super cute? This is a luxurians crossed with a dark crystal. So Lux is the parent plant. But you know what? Like, I already have a dark crystal crossed with Lux, so I think I might let this one go. I have my beautiful Squamical blushing or pink. Keeping this, obviously. And I have this Hoya AH0734. I think I might chop one leaf off of this and sell a cutting of it. I can chop it right there, and maybe it'll encourage some growth. Like, it's vining, but it's not growing. I don't know. This plant's quite difficult for me, but maybe someone else can get it to grow. This is my Monstera obliqua Amazonas. I do want to keep this. Eventually one day it will fenestrate for me. This is the newest leaf. I'm gonna have to chop and extend it soon though. This is the one that I wanted to get to in my moss pole video, but I didn't get a chance to because I didn't have enough substrate. So once I get some substrate, I'll chop that in half and probably sell the bottom and just keep the top. And then down here, let me see. Yeah. Down here is my Fort Sherman Ralph Linum Fort Sherman from Grant, and I'm definitely keeping this. And then I have my Dark Phoenix crossed with Self, which made a wicked comeback. And it's actually rooting up in there, so I'm definitely keeping this. I love this plant so much. And I was really happy to see it come back. I literally blasted it with my heater and it shriveled up into nothing, and I just put it in my prop box and it grew back. So anthuriums are resilient. Just keep trying. You never know. Just stick it in a prop box. And that is the lower bottom floor on the left-hand side of my tent. Now I have a prop box to go through. So I have my Monstera obliqua here, which I do want to keep. I do have to repot this eventually. Look how cute that is. Like, that's adorable. I have a Forgetty Eye luxurians here, but I have 2 of them, so I think I'm going to let this one go. It's really cute and small, and somebody will love it. Who doesn't love a good luxurians hybrid? I have a crystallinum crossed with a Bessier Af trunk in here that I do want to keep. This is my Doc Block crossed with Forgetty Eye. Doc Block F2 crossed with Forgetty Eye that almost melted on me, so I do want to keep this one. This is a Bessier Af hybrid. I think this is the bottom cut of one of my hybrids that I already have. So I'm just going to keep this one for now until I can figure out which plant it's from. So this is my other dark crystal crossed with Pappy Fort Sherman, and I am all about this. I am really getting into the Fort Sherman and Rough Linum hybrids now, so I want to keep this. This is my Philodendron Sharonia goat. I do want to keep this, so I'm going to pop that back in there. Eventually I need to get this onto a pole. So this is a Mag Verde with 2 plants in it, actually. Sweet. Okay. So I think I'm gonna separate this and sell one of them or both of them. Do I want to make Fern in my collection? I'll have to look it up again and see, but one or both of these are going to new homes. I also want to let go of this Rhiphidophora Heyi variegated cutting. I think that someone would really like this, and I already have one. It's got some good roots going there. So I think that this will be a good candidate to sell. So this is an Amedrian mint little stick. I'm going to sell this. So I have 2 Meg Bevebs here. I'm going to keep this one here, and I'm going to sell this one. I have this Noid also that I'm going to sell. I don't need this, and it's just been driving me nuts. The stem is like down to here. So someone can either chop and prop it and sell some more cuttings of it, or just keep it. I have this Mag hybrid, but I love it. I was thinking about letting go of it, but no, I'm keeping this, and it's giving me a new leaf, which is super cute. I'm gonna need to move this out of my tent. I think I might actually just take it out right now. Oh my goodness. This is my other crystal crossed with Indo-Path. I don't know if that's variegation on that leaf. Do you see how in the middle the veins kind of come out like that? I think that's interesting. I think I'm going to keep this one. I really like this one a lot. I was thinking of selling this, but I'm going to sell the other one and keep this one. But I do need to repot this like ASAP. It is crawling out of the pot and just needs some love. It also needs a bigger pot. So this one would be a good candidate for a collar, actually. This one's going to need to come out of my tent too. So maybe I'll take this out of my tent and find somewhere else to put it. What should I do with this one? That's pretty, is it not? I was going to let go of this one. This one is another one I got in the giveaway from Wuhoo Tropicals. It's a Crystal Hope crossed with a Pap Mag, I think. Yeah, but I'm going to keep this. I actually like the way it's growing. So this is my Bessie AF Bench Hybrid. I was thinking of letting go of this one, but that's another one I can't. I just want to keep it. This is hard. It's hard to downsize. Okay, so I have this Dark Mama crossed with, okay, no, this is a Meg crossed with either a Dark Mama or a Lux. It's gotten bleached from the light, you can see a bit, but it's rooted well in there. I think I'm going to get rid of this one as well. I have this really pretty variegated domesticum in there, as you can see. Do I need to keep that? Should I let it grow out a bit? It's starting to root. I think I'm going to keep this one. It's so small. I'll just let that one get a bit bigger before I let it go. Okay, I am done in my grow tent. I have found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plants that I want to let go of in here. So I think that's a pretty good number for the most important spot in my house for plants. I put all my deer plants in here, so to let go of 12 of them, I think is pretty good. Onwards and upwards. Hey guys, we are back. It's day 3 of downsizing my collection. All the kids are in bed, everyone's asleep. It's getting late out. You can see outside, it's getting dark. But I have my ring light out, I have lights, I think we're good. I'm going to start off with showing you the Hoyas in my grow tent that I'm going to either sell or top up and sell. I tried to film in my tent, but like not in my tent, but in front of it, but it was way too pink and it would look terrible. So I just brought the Hoyas to the table and I'll show you them one by one. So first up is my Hoya Caudata Sumatra, and this one has got some beautiful silvery foliage because I have this in my Sunstress tent, which has a 1000 watt light. It's for like veggie starting or gardening, I believe. I had to order another one. So I figured out what it was. I had to take it down off the top. That tent was gifted to me for babysitting plants a while back from one of my friends, and I had no idea what light was in there, but it sun stressed my Hoyas beautifully. So that's what that was. And it's made my Hoya caudata Sumatra just beautiful, as you can see. So this one has been growing like a weed, and I'm going to chop it up a bit and sell some cuttings, and hopefully I can round up enough money for the concert I want to go to, and also just downsize my collection. Like, this is just growing wild. Number 2 is my Hoya surigioensis or surigioensis. I'm not sure how to say that, but also another one that's grown like a weed. I just recently chopped the top off of this one for a trade, but I am going to chop some more off of it. It is stunning. It's a big leafed Hoya. Like, that leaf is almost the size of my hand. So yeah, she's another one that I think people will really like. And if I don't sell the cuttings on this purge, I can also use them for trades or take them to my next market. And she grows like a weed, so I'm not worried about her growing back. Then we have my Hoya increstata albo marginata, and she is another one that literally grows like a weed. Let's get this off of here. Get that stunning foliage. Like, she's just a dream. She's so, so pretty. I love her. Yeah, so I'm going to take some cuttings from her. I'm going to keep the mother plant, but I'm just going to take some cuttings. And this one I think is another one people will really like. And the trellis, this needs to be repotted. This is my Hoya Waimanii Borneo. And this is another one I've chopped a couple times recently for trades, but I'm going to take a couple more cuttings off of it. This one has like super fuzzy leaves, which I am obsessed with. Like, I love that feeling. It's like velvet, and they look like little turtle shells. Like, look at that. It's super pretty, and it sun stresses beautifully. So yeah, this is another one I'm going to take a couple cuttings off of. Next up, we have my Hoya biacensis Splash, which is growing like a literal weed. I'm going to chop some of her up as well and sell the cuttings. She isn't sun stressing as good as she did for me last time. She was like purpley, which was super pretty, but that's okay. She's still pretty. You can see some of those leaves over there kind of purpley. Well, you might not be able to see it. Like, the newer leaves definitely are, but like the whole plant before was super purple. Crazy. I'll see if I can find a picture and insert it up in the corner for you guys. And then we have my Hoya erythrina, which is super beautiful. Like, her foliage is stunning. I'm obsessed. And the venation is raised on this Hoya, and it's kind of got like almost serrated edges, which is super, super cool and unique features of a Hoya. But this is another one I popped in my tent and it just went off. So definitely going to chop some of this up for people. Probably like down to here or even down here, and see if it will bush out more. We'll see. And my crazy Hoya New Guinea ghost, I'm sure people will want some cuttings of this one. The backs are pretty too. They're super variegated or like purpley, which I think is super nice. Looks cool from this angle. But yeah, she's growing like a weed, so definitely gonna chop her up like 3 heads. Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? And they all have baby leaves on them. That's adorable. I'll probably chop that top off and just pop it into like some perlite and keep that, but chop the lower leaves like this one and like down to here. As you can see, she has bushed out quite a bit because I've chopped her quite a bit, so hopefully she'll just get more bushy. She's super pretty. And this is just a cutting I have rooted of my Hoya biacensis Splash, which I'm going to let go as well. It's rooted all the way to the bottom. You can see that root there. And the last one is one that I'm going to be selling the whole plant. I told you guys earlier that I was going to do this, and it's my Hoya Dolicho Sparte. Like, she's pretty, but girl sunburns for me. And yeah, she's sunburnt to the max. They start out red like that, and then they just turn black. You can see it's red. And then on older leaves, you can see the black. So yeah, that drives me nuts. I mean, it's still fine. It's still healthy. It's just a bit sunburnt. That's all. But yeah, I'm going to sell this whole plant, and hopefully someone wants it. It's pretty well rooted in there. Like, Got lots of algae, but you can see the roots all the way through. So cross our fingers and toes. Oh, and there was one more too in my tent I wanted to show you. And this was the other one I wanted to take some cuttings from. This is my beautiful Hoya Hushkaliana variegated. And since I've taken many cuttings from her already, you can see she is quite bushy at the top, which is super pretty. And then she just trails down. And this one is, people are always looking for this Hoya here. So I think that I can make a couple bucks off of this one too. So I have her in my tent for now because I want to show her in an upcoming video. But this is her, my Hoya Hushkaliana variegata, and she is an absolute queen. Okay, and this is my giant Monstera deliciosa, and I am going to sell this as well. It's almost reaching my roof. Plus I have my tie I might try and put there. I'm not too sure because the lighting is not 100%, but I think it's time to let her go. I haven't even repotted her since I've gotten her, so I don't know. I just don't like, I loved her when I got her, but now I'm just kind of falling out of love with her. So this is one that I'm going to be taking a picture of and posting as well. And down here we have my Hoya globulosa, which I'm keeping, and my Scindapsus argyraeus, which I'm also going to keep, and my Cebu blue, which I'm going to keep. And then in here we have some little baby philodendron white wizards, which I'm also going to just keep in there. So that's those guys. And then this big mama is the one we're going to let go. And I think that I'll be quite happy having that space cleared up. Up on top of my Hoya shelf, I have some random plants. The one on the far left is a philodendron crawler that I just potted up, so I don't want to let go of that quite yet. And the one behind it is a majestic, which I'm going to take cuttings of and start on a moss pole and maybe sell a couple cuttings of that. And then I have my Anthurium bakeri, which I'm going to keep. And then behind that is a Scindapsus silver splash, which I'm going to sell. And then that Anthurium that's hanging down is my Anthurium chamberlainii af, which I'm going to keep. All right, so we're down a shelf on my Hoya shelf, and I'm going to be taking some cuttings of these plants. There is one plant on here that I want to part ways with, and it is this one here, which is a noide. It looks like some sort of latifolia maybe, I'm not too sure, but this one I'm going to part ways with. And then I want to take some cuttings of some of the other ones. So some of the other ones that I want to take cuttings of are definitely my Croniana black back there. I think that one would be a good candidate to take some cuttings from. As you can see, it's quite full. And I'd definitely do some cuttings of my Hoya UT039 Flores Island. That one would be a good candidate. And behind it is my Begonia Julau, which I'm also going to chop up as well. Like, there's a lot of cuttings in there. And I might be able to take some cuttings of my ficus. Since I cut the top off of it, it's been growing like a weed. So I'll look in there and see. I think I might take a cutting of my Hoya Bella Lita Bui. I mean, it has a peduncle on this end, but it's super tiny. Oh, is it even there anymore? No, it dried up. Okay, but we still have one on this end, which isn't dry. So I'm going to keep this one, this vine for sure. And I'm going to chop this one. Hopefully that encourages some growth from the top of the plant. And this vine here isn't really variegated. So I think I'm going to keep this on here and maybe try to chop it up later and get variegation back in a separate video. And this is my Hoya Croniana Super Silver, and I'm not going to cut this one anymore. I just chopped it, just a couple leaves off of it for a lady who was looking for it, but I'm going to keep this one as it is. This is my Hoya Parasitica Black Margin. I might chop a couple leaves off of this one. We'll see. I'm not chopping this. I've never chopped this. This is my Hoya Croniana Green, and it's so, so pretty. My Hoya Fichii is a slow grower, and I'm definitely not chopping that. I'm going to take a few cuttings of my Crassy Petiolata Splash as well. Okay, so I've got those plants up here. I'm just going to put them on my table so that I can remember which ones I want to chop. Okay, and coming down a shelf, I am not going to be cutting my goldeneye. I can take a couple cuttings of my Fuauensis. My Elliptica and my Dichia back there, I'm just going to leave those. I'm going to keep trying to grow this polyalbo with the straight white leaves. And this, I'm going to chop this up too and sell it because girl's taking over my shelf. This is my Polynera green, and I just need to find somewhere to like hang her or something, but I'm going to take some cuttings. I'm not going to chop my Hoya Marillii. This is Hoya Matilde Splash / Silver. Has this little relief down there. This is going to be a chop and prop project where I'm going to try to see if I can get more silver on it. So I'm going to leave this one alone. But this one back here does have a lot of silver on it. And I could, oh, it's stuck up there. Oh my goodness. We are attached to many things. Oh, can I do this without breaking leaves? Ah! Okay, so this is my Hoya Matilde Silver, which I am going to take some cuttings of this one because I know that I could make a couple bucks off of this. Right there is my Hoya Green Apple Melang, and I think I'm going to take a couple cuttings off of that too. And back here we have my Hoya Calistophylla. I think this is the Calamantan, and it's got lots of new growth there, so I'm going to leave that one. I am definitely not going to chop my black cat. I don't think I could if I wanted to anyways. Or this one, my Nova Ghost. And this is my Hoya Skinneriana, which I could take a cutting off of for sure. My shelf does not leave much room for tall Hoyas, so I like to try to promote bushy Hoyas. By cutting them, it promotes bushy Hoyas, which is optimal for my growing conditions. This is my Hoya Mirabilis. Do I want to chop her too? I totally could take a cutting from her. And look at that. We cleared 2 shelves of Hoyas we want to chop up, so that's great. Which brings us to this shelf down here. So let's just go ahead. This is not my plant. Well, it is, but I sold it, and the lady's going to eventually come get it. And then we have Hoya Lacunosa Amarillo, which is one of my new babies, which I am not going to chop. She's such a cutie. And this is my Hoya Bella Aniki Bui, which I do want to chop eventually, but I'm going to let her root out for now, but I just don't like how long the internodal spacing is, so I'm definitely eventually going to chop her, but I don't think today is going to be the day. I might take a couple cuttings, we'll see. This is one I'm going to let go of. This is my Hoya Napawanensis, and I don't really care for this plant so much, so I'm going to put her in the sell pile. Back here is my Hoya Waimanii Cloudy Sky. And I think I'm going to keep this one as well. I don't want to chop her. And my Hoya Thomsonii back there does not want to grow for me, but I'm not selling her. And same with my Latifolia Pot of Gold. She's got really tight internodal spacing, and I just want to let her grow out. This is my Passiflora. I'm going to take some cuttings from her. As you can see, her vine is getting long, but she has lots of places where I can chop, so I'm going to do that. And my Hoya Svetlana, no. Hoya Undulata, no. Hoya Jennifer, no. Hoya Solijamiana, no. Hoya Michelle, no. Hoya Cinnamomophilia, no. I'm going to sell the Hoya Polynera Broget. That is not mealybugs. That is like maybe sap from a Hoya or something, but it's just kind of stuck on there. I'll give it a good clean, but I'm going to sell this one. My Hoya shelf is a bit dusty. I'm going to have to clean it, but that is not today's project. And I'm going to go get my tripod because I have that prop box down there I want to go through with you guys as well, and it'll be easier if I'm sitting on the floor. All right, I am back. I had to take a quick little break because my teenager came home and he was being loud. It's so hard filming in a family home. Oh my goodness. But I am doing my best. Anyways, let's do this quick. So I don't want to get rid of this. Those are some begonia cuttings. Over here we have the begonia cutting, a couple more begonia cuttings, some baby dinduias, but I have some bigger dinduias for sale, so I will just go through my prop box. Okay. I have this Alocasia Gagiana aurea that I'm going to sell. It's off my mama, and my mama's beautifully variegated. This one's rooted, so that one can go. I have a Longiloba silver corm that can go. It's got 2 leaves. I've got a couple sprouting Alocasia Gagiana aureas that I'm going to let go as well. I have a couple dragon's breath corms I could let go. They're not rooted. but they have green tops. So I'm sure they'll be fine as long as they keep them in high humidity and have experience growing alocasia from corm. It's hard to see them, but they're in there. We are clearing out. What else do I have? Ooh, should I take a small cutting of my Hoya Serpens Splash? I could take like a 3-leaf cutting of it. I think I might do that. I'm going to take a small cutting of my Serpens Splash. I'm sorry if you can't really see. It's so hard to get good lighting at nighttime. Grr. Ooh, I have a sinuata baby in here. No, not a sinuata. I have an alocasia and Toro velvet baby that I can let go of. And I think that's it for in here. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 alocasias and my Hoya Serpens Silver or Splash. Okay, now we are at my north-facing windows. I'm not going to touch my tie. I have my Wentii variegated down here, but I don't think it has any corms. And I'm not chopping my Holtianum. That one's staying. And no, oh, this one I'm actually going to give to my friend Keisha. This is a philodendron caramel cardinal, I believe. It's a new hybrid or a newer hybrid anyways. So this one I'm going to put to the side for her. And then in my windowsill, I'm going to take some cuttings of my Hoya Serpens. This one can get chopped. So this here is a Syngonium mojito, but it's reverted. This leaf has a little bit of variegation on it. Hard to see, but doesn't look too promising. So I'm just going to sell this. This one I got in a trade a while back. So I was kind of just waiting to see, but it's not doing anything. And it's very well rooted. See? So that's good. Okay, and that was it for that part of the windowsill. And up here, I'm just going to take a look and see if there's anything that I might want to let go of up here. So this is my green form Monstera adansonii, which I chopped back for the Reptile Expo, and I'm going to let this one go as well. I can definitely take a couple cuttings of my Hoya clandestina as well, so I'll do that. Isn't she pretty? I'm going to take some cuttings of my Gisenia pothos. This one I bought as an investment plant to chop up, and she is ready to be chopped. I already did take a couple cuttings of her, but I'm going to take more. And this is my begonia Lana. I'm not going to chop her now, but I'm going to see, I'm just going to take a picture of her and see if anybody would like a fresh cut of her. She grows like a weed. She's a little bit harder to root than your typical begonia. She roots easily, but her leaves might die back a bit. So yeah, I'm going to leave her attached to her plant for now, but eventually I'm going to chop her up and probably start her over anyways. She's leaning real bad. So I don't want to break her stem by putting her on a bamboo stake. Actually, she might be okay to go on a stake. But anyways, I think I'm going to see if anybody wants fresh cuts of this one. And I think that's it from over here. So I'm just going to take you over there. Okay, it's kind of hard to see here, but I have a bunch of plants on this table. I do want to let go of this Pubicalyx. As you can see, there is some splashy vines in there as well. Someone might love this. I'm just not into my Pubicalyx anymore, so I'm going to let this one go. This varicosum can go too. This was grown in normal room humidity, so someone might like this to try to grow in their living room or something. This as well. This is another Epinoid that I have, and this one's growing in a little bush, and it is very, very well rooted. I'll show you. So yeah, she's happy, alive, and thriving. So I will try and put her up for sale as well and see if someone wants to take her home. I think I'm over this Paleonia repens as well. So I'm going to post this and see if anyone wants it. It is pretty. I'm just over it. All right, guys, this is the last shelf that I would like to go through with you guys. So let's get started. In here, I have a couple white wizard babies. I have this one here, but this one is claimed. So I'm going to pot this one up and put it with her stuff. And then I have a little teeny tiny one here, which is just a little midget. I don't know if anyone will want this, but I can try. I have this Rhaphidophora pertusa wet stick that grew that I can sell off. And I can take a cutting of this Monstera adansonii mint. I believe that's what it is. Monstera adansonii mint variegation or marbled. I think it's mint. But look at those wonky leaves. They're so, so cool. So I think that this will be the last plant that this was the original leaf. It's dying off, but I think this will be the last plant that I am going to let go. I do have one homolamina in my bathroom, but my child is in there, so I'll grab that one later and get rid of that one as well. All right, so this is the upstairs table of all of the plants that we are going to let go or take cuttings from at least. So we've got quite the amount here. So I'm going to be busy for the rest of the night chopping this. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what my table looks like. It is full and lush and beautiful, full of plants. And this is my downstairs as well. Like I have plants everywhere. And there on the floor, everything is a hot mess right now. It feels so good to clear some stuff out of my house, and I have projects and things that I want to get done. So yeah, that is a lot of plants. So I'm going to be posting the rest of my plants in my purge tomorrow probably, and hopefully I can get rid of some. But anyways, that was so much fun. All right, that is it from me. Wow, it feels so, so good to clear some plants out and just mental space and refresh. I mean, I'll feel much, much better when everything is purged and the rest of the plants are put away and everything is cleaned up and back to normal. But this already feels amazing. Thank you guys so much for pushing me to do this and for voting in my poll. Keep your eyes peeled for my next poll. It will be coming out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel out so, so much. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye.